To be good at heart, generous, these are all things that we ascribe to positive things in a person. We want for others to have that towards us. We also want to be that way. I don't know if I really want to be that way towards others. I want for everyone to be good to me. Yeah, but still, you want to feel that all in all, you're a good person. You want to be better to your kids if I benefit from it. Okay? So, it's not good per se. It's not absolute. Yeah. So, there's no measure or form of expression, but towards what and towards whom is it happening? And usually, it's because a person considers these things with respect to his ego. So, there's no such thing as it's good to be generous or it's good to be loving. I don't see anything good about it. Can we divide people and say that there's a person who's born with good traits and another person is born with bad traits from birth? Depending on what do you mean by good or evil traits. There's someone who's willing to give everything up as a result of a certain weakness of his or because he was really born that way. He makes concessions all the time. Because of some inner fear or something, we have to understand that a person is the will to enjoy, the will to receive, an egoistic desire. It's a machine that's constantly concerned with feeling good. Feeling good, that's it. And then, with respect to that good state that that machine can depict for itself, it determines everything. Where in some case I can make concessions and really be courteous and caring because I see that as a result I'll benefit. And in some other case I'll be very tough and the very opposite. So, in accordance with this approach, how should a person relate to those traits that he was born with, that nature created in him, positively, negatively? No. No. There's no good or bad unless we're not examining it with respect to a person that's always calculating what's good for him, but only if he can rise above himself and make the calculation towards others. Wait a second. I didn't exactly understand, but again, I have certain traits, you have certain qualities, Yael has different qualities. Each person is unique. There are some people that look and say, look at the load of bad things I got. And I look at you, look how you were born all smart and like this and like that. And I look at what I got. Were there some kind of return policy? I'd give them back. Am I wrong? Is it the wrong attitude towards what I have? Depends against what you measure it. There's no good or bad. From my experience in life, I see that I have certain qualities, traits that harm me. You simply don't know how to implement them, realize them correctly. That's it. Suppose I have an inclination, I was born with the inclination to steal, to lie, with an inclination to twist people and things like that. So these might be good things. And if I'll go to politics or I'll be a big manager, there you need such people. So you're saying that there's no point in being disappointed with what I got from nature. No. No point in being disappointed, wanting to exchange my traits. No. First of all, you have to agree that it's impossible, that you can't exchange your traits. Right. But a person has to look for ways to realize them. For that, you have today psychologists and counselors that examine a person, test him, aside from his IQ, also his inclinations and so on, and then they advise him what to do, what's more suitable for me. I remember my parents, they were both doctors, and they pushed me to study medicine. And I was accepted to the university, and I didn't want to be accepted, but they made it so that I was accepted. And 2 months later, I dropped out, and everyone agreed. I want to ask, I just talked about how do I have to relate to what I got from nature. This I understand. Now I want to ask, as a human society, as a human culture that always wants to advance to a better place, is it correct to say or determine that a person's certain characteristics or qualities or behaviors are good as opposed to others that are bad? A person, to begin with, when he's born? No, without relating to a certain person. But we're saying in general, this is a good person and this is a bad person. This distribution that we label certain qualities or behaviors as good or bad, is that correct to do? I don't know. Who are you talking about? If we're talking about a newborn baby that's growing up, then it's preferable for us to examine all of that baby's qualities, study who and what he is, according to how he, so to speak, came out of the oven, and then we'll see how do we have to handle him, care for him. Usually, when he gets to kindergarten, then we start seeing who and what he is. We see him as a certain personality. We start seeing his personality. And then we start saying, how do we have to manage him in order for him to become successful? Becoming successful meaning for him to do good to his environment, for the environment to enjoy him, and also he himself will enjoy his right attitude towards the environment. And this is what we want. What does a mother want of her child? For him to be accepted in a good and nice way, and for him to treat the environment in a good and nice way. And that will give him confidence and will keep him safe, and so on and so forth. Meaning, first of all, to equalize with the environment. This is what we first and foremost want for a child. The same goes for grown-ups, because we're failing there. First of all, when we look at a grown-up, at a citizen, we want for him to properly integrate in the environment, in society, in the country,